Come, hear the tale of our ragtag crew, brought together upon a mysterious island by fate. They have lost, they have won, and now, alongside a rebel faction, the truth on the wind, they fight against the evil Etterwines. Behind it all, an alien being of immeasurable power begins to rise once again. As the land grows cold, our party stands as a light in the darkness. Now, welcome to the Swordcast Adventures.
Last time on the Swordcast Adventures. Well, so far this haunted mansion has thrown animated taxidermy, crystal minotaurs, and living suits of armor at us. The deeper we get in this place, the more I'm thinking it's not as much haunted as it is trapped. Someone went through a lot of trouble to keep people scared of this place. And then for a split second, I thought it actually paid off. We found a room full of gold. But as is usually the case when you stumble onto a pile of treasure, it's probably too good to be true. I find a scrying stone. Someone is watching us. We hear a door open from the next room, and upon descending the staircase that laid behind it, we find the Pirate King himself. And to make matters worse, he brought 50 of his friends to the party, and we have his gold.
So, after a long, arduous fight through the halls and catacombs below the Ghrimtuk mansion, you find yourself down a long corridor winding through what seems to be the street, or below the streets of Oceanshade, until you find a door. Making it through that door, you open it to find a man sitting upon a throne at the far end. As he questioned your reasoning for being there, 50 other people poured into the room and lined the walls. You then explained yourselves with a resounding laughter as their response, and as you informed him you are looking for the Pirate King, he said, "Well, isn't that lucky? I am the Pirate King. So again, what are you doing here?"
I do have one question first.
Sure.
Which is, how capable do all of these people in the room look? Like, are these, like, ruffians, or are these, like, experienced veterans?
Roll, I guess a perception check.
Okay. 13?
You notice that there seems to be some amount of showing underneath, even the ones who seemingly are wearing like a shirt over. They all have armor on. Each of them have what looks to be either a short sword or some other blade at their hip. And all of them seem, if not well-maintained, at least wiry and ready to jump at the drop of a hat.
Mm-hmm.
I will kind of study the room and sort of just look. Not going for my weapon or anything, just sort of lackadaisical. Just be like, you laugh. That's good. You should do that while you can before the Etterwines place their prim perfume boots on your throats. Because I don't know if any of you have taken a look at your docks lately, but they're parked right out at your gates.
Oh, don't you know that I have a good eye on what's happening in my docks? What is it to you that the old Etterwines are barking at my heels and parking at my docks? Again.
Oh, good question. I mean, to me, I just think it's kind of silly that we have all these people here, battle-hardened sailors. You let the enemy stand at your gates when you could burn the Etterwine fleet at port, assail Gaskiln with sword and axe and bow and fire, pilfer the vaults of their worth, and topple Cassandra's towers around her bloody corpse, but instead, you hide under a dilapidated house while you have people who run your docks for you, followers of a god. 2 gods, last I checked. Exacting taxes. It just strikes me as odd, that's all.
Well, stranger, I don't really know where you come from, but in my line of work, I like to keep myself a little bit behind the scenes. Some pittance to a god I may not believe in ain't bother me none, being that they don't take any money out of my pocket. And to let... if I was to show my face, my force, my ire to the Etterwines, you know what they'd do?
Bury you?
Exactly.
See,
If I made myself known and I tried attacking them, yeah, I might even be able to take down Gastkiln. I might even be able to... oh, man. I might even be able to make it close to Esterden. I promise you, I don't have enough people myself to take on a whole fleet. So I sit here in my nice quiet cove, and I keep myself nice and safe and make sure that they come and go and get the fuck out as fast as they can. So again, I ask you, why are you here, running through my mansion, pilfering my gold, and bothering my people?
that's your mansion? I thought it was a Rimehold estate. Are you a Rimehold?
Do I look like a Rimehold?
Alright, well, good, we have an understanding then. No, we're here for a very specific reason. So that we are on a quest of sorts, I guess, to see the end of the Etterwines before they see the end of all of us. This group right here, I look around and I see battle-hardened warriors who could own the sea, if not for the fact that they live underground, hiding their sails, not flying them. I see people who allow cultists to run their ports in their city when the Etterwines amass forces and park on your front door. We're here to liberate all of Dakator. I'm here to meet the Pirate King and find out why someone with such a reputation, with such a lineage, who hides under the Rimehold mansion itself, has not raised their sails and not pride themselves from tyranny. I look at you, I see someone who's done well for themselves. You're a Pirate King. You've amassed wealth and fame, and I wouldn't be surprised if there were a collection of wives and concubines that you own. I say gather them all with you. You'll need them for the long journey ahead. You can even take that fancy chair with you if you want, as I have no intention of ruling from a seated position on dry land. I think there's time for a change.
And what kind of change are you talking of? And watch your words carefully there.
The change where you don't have the enemy parked at your doorstep while you live underground?
What makes you think I live here? I might just enjoy it. Maybe this is where we do our business. Maybe we like to keep out of watchful eyes. Maybe it's better for the citizens above that we stay underground and fly our sails when we leave and not when we're here. Maybe it's better that they not know that this seedy little cove is also the home of a pirate king still.
Or maybe you've had your nose bloodied by fire giants and dragon turtles, both of which we've bested.
Ain't no fire giants walked these shores.
How long till that happens and that changes?
You know, I feel as though if we don't mess with them at the moment, they won't mess with us. And if they do, if they step upon our shores with anger and wanting to enslave as they do, don't you worry. We have enough to keep them back.
For a time. And then you won't.
And what can 5 of you do?
We bring with us a different tide. We bring with us allies, conquest, and the tide of war. There are those who rise against the Etterwines. There are those who would see this land not enslaved by generations of evil. There are those who would want to fly their sails freely, taking what they want from the seas. We ride for their benefit, and we come to find people here, brave people that will ride for ours, and ride for their own. Haven't you ever wanted to see the seas beyond Dakatur? Haven't you ever wanted to not live in fear of dragon turtles and warfare, and an endless wasteland of ice that plagues all of your stories of Dakatur going back generations?
You see at this point the blue-skinned tiefling kind of turn the corner around the chair and whisper something into his ear. Who sends you? The halfling on the chair kind of states to you. He kind of looks, and you see again, at this moment, none of the 50 that are around him move. They're standing there, hands at their sides, just waiting for an order. And you just kind of you see him kind of lean forward and puts up a knee and kind of holds his chin in his hand and goes, "You speak a good game. Who sent you?"
No one sent us. We march on our own.
And
We are
yet
not
you
in
talk of
anyone's-
having an army.
We have friends. There are those who align themselves against common cause, those who take to the seas, those who take to dragon turtles. I don't think I need to say names, especially not in mixed company. But I think you know.
I don't know what mixed company you're talking about unless you can't trust your own people. Ain't
Mine
not
are
one of
fine.
these... well, ain't not one of these be talking out of turn. They're loyal, and they know better.
Well,
So,
then they know of who we speak. It seems there's only 2 games in town. The Etterwines and friends of ours.
don't know you, and seemingly don't know your friends. I don't think you're offering me enough information. And also, you still sit at a large sum that you've taken from me. And you stand here as though you run this roost. Let me tell you, little boy. You are one step away from being hung high from a crow's nest.
And this is the tiefling talking, or is this the halfling?
No, this is the halfling.
Oh.
The tiefling has just walked over and whispered into his ear.
You'll have to forgive me. My manners don't really make me so inclined to be afraid of threats, and honestly, that look in your eye right now, it's not really instilling fear in me. I would say, if you're threatening to hang me from a crow's nest, I return the favor and say, I would hang your severed head on the figurehead of my ship if I thought for 1 second that look would instill fear in anybody. But it doesn't, because I'm not afraid of the Etterwines, I'm not afraid of the ships in the port, and I'm not afraid of you. Now I ask you, I didn't come here looking for a fight. I came here looking for brave men who want to ally themselves against the power and the rising tide of evil, against the people who are going to keep you here underground. What are you doing for your people?
I'm making sure they're safe. And also roll persuasion check there, Ghrimtuk.
Oh, that was a really good roll. The natural 19 on the dice, so that is... You said persuasion?
I did.
I needed that because I got a +2, so that's 21.
He kind of looks at you and goes, I'm keeping him safe. And I don't think you know exactly what you're talking about. But I also know that I don't like having those fucking leadfoots walking on my shores. So how about this? You all give back what you take, and we'll actually talk like civil people. Or, granted, if you don't want to, I can have these. I'll make sure to take it back. And yeah, it's true, you might take a few out, but I'm pretty sure that through all these 50, and the more that are outside these doors, I'll get back what you stole.
Well, one pirate to another, I'll tell you this. How about I give back your treasure minus my share for earning it, finding it, and we talk as equals.
You can't call it finding it or earning it if you break into a house that I own and steal it.
You own a haunted house.
I own the Pirate King's mansion, hence the title.
Hold on a second. And I'm going to just start unfolding the hole onto the ground.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump inside of it. And then what you see fly out of it, out of the top, is the T-Rex skull as I toss it out of it. And so, like, kind of just sort of vaulting it up a little bit so it just lands on the middle of the floor in front of the hole.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to climb out of the hole easily enough. And I'm just going to hop a squat on it like it's my chair. The T-Rex skull. And just kind of sit there. You know, legs sort of spread wide with my hands kind of dangling between my legs. Say, well, I don't know how the law of conquest goes where you come from, but if you find treasure and you have to kill a couple things for it, and a man doesn't really do so well to hide it, you're entitled to a piece of it. I'll tell you this much. I see that you have about 50 men here, and I know my friends here are worth at least 50 more. So, I'm more than happy to give you a portion of your treasure back. But you see this thing I'm sitting on, and all the other things I carved my way through to get here? That entitles me to a piece of this.
Well, how about you keep the skull, then? And we'll call ourselves even. And he kind of, you see his hand kind of like go off his chin, and he kind of sits back. And he raises a hand, and you hear the sound of blades being unsheathed. I'm sorry, but I'm not letting you sit there and tell me to my face that you're going to get to keep the treasure that, by all rights, would kill a normal person to get to. And come into my house, break in. And it's as easy as that, though. I'm willing to talk. Hell, I might even give you some coin. But if you're not willing to give it back and me portion it out for you, well, then I guess I'll carve it out your hide.
You send who you need to. Just don't send anybody you want coming back. But I'll tell you this much. Maybe we started off on a wrong foot. I think we can talk. You and I. My men, your men. All this posturing is getting tiresome, though. I've had a busy day of murdering stuffed animals and armor and killing things at the sea. I saw Cassandra Ederwine turn a tabaxi into dust with her finger. It's been a long day.
Congratulations.
So, I feel like I've had my fill of killing people. But, understand this. We could sit here all day. Or one of us can jump and prove something.
Roll initiative.
I was wondering when that would happen. God damn it.
Everybody or just Ghrimtuk?
Anybody who's wanting to be part of this fight, roll initiative.
I got a 23.
Ugh.
Shit.
Oh,
All right,
God
well,
damn it.
the end of our party.
I was thinking they might back down, but who knows?
Maybe they were thinking the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
An 11 for Rain.
Un momento.
Just throw people in the hole and then fold it up. Look, I have a pet.
I mean, that was good, though, Eli. I mean, Ghrimtuk.
I took a play at it.
Mm-hmm. You know, that was as motivational, persuasive speeches go.
You know, did my best.
Rain, you got 11.
Yep.
Ghrimtuk.
23.
Metolius.
If I wanted to act in a non-combative way, would I still need to roll initiative?
I guess yes, just so you know when you're actually going to be doing it, unless you're doing it prior, like
16.
just prior to.
I got 16.
Elduin
12.
and Amelia.
Amelia got a 5.
Woo!
Classic.
Yup. Just
gotta-
taking
you
my
gotta-
usual spot. No big deal.
You gotta play like a high dex character or something.
Well, the high dex character got an 11, so.
It's true.
Fair. I guess you could also take the alert feat.
True.
Yeah. I got
With that plus,
natural 20, and I get initiative on initiative roll, or I got advantage on initiative rolls. So.
Okay, top of the round. Hey, Ghrimtuk. It is, in fact, you.
So what sparks this? Because I was just sitting there. You said roll initiative, but did like
I
they
mean,
rush
you
me, or-
see that everyone around you just starts to move towards you. Like there's just a wall of people that just starts to close in.
Okay. I will definitely do my best. I will clearly draw my. I'm going with my great axe, and then I will try my best to make an intimidation check toward the crowd, but aimed at the leader. And I'm gonna shout out, "A true king would face me himself in battle instead of sending his men." And then I'm gonna make eye contact with each and every one of them like I don't give a shit.
Okay, roll an intimidation check then.
It wasn't bad. It was a 14.
14. Okay. As far as you can tell, you are.
Now, we're totally surrounded, right?
Absolutely.
Except
And
for the
how
way we
far
came
away,
in.
How far away are they?
Except for the way you
what's
came.
the gap?
I mean, there's no more than 15 feet between you and anyone else.
Oh, delightful. Yay, ranged character indoors.
Okay. So yes, is that all you're doing, Ghrimtuk?
I mean, if I have anything else I can do, I would like to ready an attack if they come near me. I just wanted to yell at people.
I would say the intimidation would be your action. Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. Then I'm posting up.
Okay.
Just weapon drawn.
And then I'm gonna say the people who are going after you have to roll against that intimidation check. 14, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Out of the 3 people that are coming at you, 2 of them roll higher than your intimidation check. One of them seems to kind of hold his ground and kind of think about it for a moment as you see his sword shake a little bit. But then the 3 of them rush into you.
Cool.
As all of them have the 3 that are rushing to you all have long swords drawn and start to charge. Or I guess the 2 that do. The 3rd one stays back. The long swords kind of falls. We got a 21.
Okay,
The first
these
one
are my armor
as
class.
he makes it up to you. Second one is not a 21. So that is 4 point, or sorry, that's too many options. The same fucking roll, god damn it. 4 points of slashing damage as he follows it up. That's the first one. The second one comes in with a swing of his sword. That one is a 17.
Mm-mm.
And not. So yeah, as you're still sitting there, you just kind of pivot out of the way as their slashes just land into the skull. Followed up by 3 more begin onto Rain. Rain, we have, let's see, a 23.
That hits.
Followed by a 16.
That does not hit.
First one, the first swing hits you with a 9 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Okay. Second person comes in
I
with
was
another swing.
considering uncanny dodge, but I'm gonna
get
save
that.
it in case.
23.
On me again?
Yep.
That hits.
Natural 1. So the first one is 9 points of damage. The second one is... so that is... sorry, I call low. That is low, so he just misses. Then finally, that third one, that's a 21 and a 21.
Both hit.
That's 8. That's 16 more points of slashing damage as both slashes kind of connect into you as the third kind of comes up behind.
But that was multiple attacks, right?
Yes.
Can I just say that I uncanny dodged the largest one of that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Which was what?
8.
8? Okay, so...
Or 9, sorry.
How much was the total damage for everything?
18.
Okay.
Not 16. I got my numbers wrong.
It's cool. So then I will take off 4, so that'll make it 12?
So round it up or down?
The half? I think down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would mean you're taking 5 off instead of 4, because it was 9 and you're rounding down. Oh, the amount that you take off is rounded down, or the damage is rounded down?
I think the amount I take off is rounded down, right? I don't know. I'm
Just take
confusing
5.
myself at this point. Too many numbers. I'm just taking 12 damage, okay?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Elduin, you take 2 slashes. I'm just doing it as a mass roll just to make it faster. You take 2 slashes out of this.
Yep.
That is 7.
Nope.
Oh no, I rolled a 22.
22 to hit?
Yeah.
That hits.
Okay, and that's a 7 points, and that is 11 points. So 18 points of damage altogether.
Gotcha. So you rolled them both as a 22.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, so it was 11 points. Sorry, what's the total again?
18.
Okay.
Amelia, 3 come at you as well. And that is a total of 23.
That hits.
Doing 2.
I thought
So
that was
that's
23 damage.
no 7 points and 9, so 16 points of slashing damage altogether. And Metolius, 3 is you. As this rounds out, we got another round of 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
That is 10 and 20 altogether. 20 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
The Pirate King sits there and seemingly just smiles as he kind of waves more and more people come in. Metolius, it is your turn.
I'm just gonna dodge, take the dodge action, but also call out to the Pirate King and say, "Your Highness, we come on behalf of the Truth of the Wind. They are our allies, and we seek more allies, not enemies. Stand your men down, and we will give back what we took.
What the fuck?
You have my word. This man does not need the treasure that he took. He has plenty of coin in his pocket. Don't mistake his cocksureness for animosity. Hey man, you had your chance. I'm gonna say some shit.
That's
I
fair.
think we still have a chance to kill all of these guys and keep all this money.
Oh, and Metolius just puts his hands up like this, like he's not gonna. I'm gonna take the dodge action, but I'm gonna just put my hands up, like in total. I'm not fighting. I'm not fighting these guys.
Okay.
Would you like a persuasion?
Sure.
As I
Sure.
appeal to the Pirate King.
With advantage.
That's an 18.
As you put up your hands, as he kind of looks at you, he goes, "Oh. Well, if you all put down your weapons, I would be fine calling off my men. Especially if you're willing to follow through with that. It's nice to actually hear someone who's willing to let you know what's going on."
I throw the guy that cut me into the hole. I don't hit him with my axe. I will drop my axe, but I'm still.
Well,
him in the
I would
fucking
like
hole.
you to. You have to roll a grapple check.
Okay.
Metolius just keeps his hands up, and
Oh, yeah.
but he never drew a weapon. So that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Yeah.
We're still. I mean, effectively,
We're still in combat.
We're still in combat
Okay,
until.
never mind. Sorry.
So you on your turn, you can absolutely do that. But after Metolius' turn, you hear him say that out loud in front of you, and he kind of like watches eagerly to see if you all kind of follow through with that. Elduin, it's your turn.
I am going to not draw any of my weapons and will take the dodge action and just follow Metolius' lead.
Okay. You see, as Elduin does that, you see the blue tiefling behind the king kind of move his hands, and you see him, sparks kind of fly between them as he seems to hold something at bay.
What's where's this tiefling's eye contact? Are they looking at me, or are they looking at?
You are unable to tell. Their eyes are pure white.
Oh, right, I forgot.
Their head is pointed towards the group, but you're all kind of in the same area, so it's hard to say exactly who he's looking at. But he does seem to, again, he's like moving his hands back and forth, and as that happens, you see this ever like arcing bits of electricity back and forth as he holds something to himself. Rain, it's your turn.
I'll follow suit, and I'll show my hands. I haven't drawn a weapon yet. But I will hold an action, and if any more of like these guys attack me, I will attack back.
Okay.
But I'm going to show that I am peaceful, and hopefully they won't.
Sounds good. Amelia.
Amelia's gonna laugh at the 3 people that attacked her. And say, "You're fucking lucky our business is bigger than you." And she's gonna put her staff onto her back and just fucking mean mug him.
Got it. As we go to the top of the round, Ghrimtuk, feel free to continue doing what you're doing, or...
I'll just laugh loudly and look down at my cut and be like, "Haha, you want that, you want your treasure? It's in there, you fucking asshole. And I'm gonna grab the guy who cut me and just throw him in the hole. Now, I'm not hitting him with my axe. I'm just grabbing him with one
To
hand.
be clear.
I
Yeah,
still
just-
want you to roll a grapple check to see if you catch him.
Not natural 20.
Sadly, he only rolled 14.
I
So
will
yeah, you
lift
grab
him up
onto
as
him.
high as I can in the air. It's like a show of strength.
Uh-huh.
And then just dump him into the hole.
Okay.
And I imagine maybe the sound of coin would be heard because he's landing in a Scrooge McDuck money pile full of skulls and money and all kinds of weird shit.
It's probably
think-
still rather moist in there. Like, I don't think all the liquid got out, so it's like a salty brine.
Gross. But I think as you do that, I think the Pirate King just starts just laughing, just uproarious laughter, and then followed suit. All of the ones around them start laughing. And just you see him kind of put his hand up, and every one of them sheathe their swords. And goes, you know, I haven't had such a laugh in quite some time. Now, get him out of the fucking hole.
Hey, asshole, your boss wants you out of the hole. It's only like 10 feet. He can get himself out of the fucking hole. Stand on one of the skulls in there.
You see the halfling, the Pirate King, kind of stand up on his chair and goes, "Yeah, asshole, get the fuck out of the hole."
Don't touch
and
any
as-
of my stuff.
At that moment, you see the blue tiefling kind of clasp his hands, and the electricity like dissipates as the guy inside kind of like jumps up and climbs and goes, "You know, I didn't expect y'all to start fighting back. Well, I guess I expected him." And he kind of looks at you, Ghrimtuk. "So, you said you're with the truth, are you?"
We are.
How hard was that to tell me?
I didn't think it was very hard, but apparently other people did.
I've been led to believe that any place that has the Etterwines people nearby isn't safe to go boasting about your allegiances to the truth.
Well, like you said, we're deep underground. Ain't no one in the Etterwines care can hear us.
Besides, we came to make allies, not enemies, Ghrimtuk.
Well, we didn't come to find a haunted house full of treasure either, but I'm usually one for an opportunity. Anyways, I'll kick the fucking skull. Just stand up and just kick it behind me back into the hole.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're right about one thing, friend. I look at him. I'm keeping that fucking skull.
This whole time, Amelia's still just mean mugging the three dudes that came running at her. Just giving them the crazy eye.
I think they just, as they sheathe their sword, they kind of just like back up and back to the wall. Just kind of keeping an eye on you the whole time. As fucking, okay, let's stop this. Get fucking back to work. You all get back to work. And you 5. Let's have a fucking drink. You look like you need one.
As they go to leave, do those 3 guys walk anywhere near Amelia?
Sorry. They kind of falter back to the wall, and there's a couple doors on the side. They do not. But I mean, you have eyesight on them.
So if I hear him give them the order to like clear out, Amelia's gonna walk up to the 3 guys that attacked her and sock the biggest one in the face.
Roll attack.
That's appropriate.
Nice. 28 to hit.
Yeah, that
Jesus.
fucking hits.
Damn.
Roll damage.
That's minimum damage. I rolled a 1 on my die. So that's
Plus your strength score.
5 total.
That's not, I mean, you know, for a punch,
It's true.
that's not bad. You just take him and haul off and crack him across the face. And he is just like, fuck! And you see him kind of try to go back for it, and you see a hand just hit his shoulder as he's just like pulled back into the other room.
Good.
Yeah.
I will,
I just like scowl at them as they walk away and then turn around and join the rest of the group.
You were saying, Ghrimtuk?
Oh, I was gonna say, if we're waiting for a drink, I'm gonna kick the skull back in, and since there's probably way too much money in the hole, I'll just leave it there, but like keep an eye on it.
Okay. As in,
Like, I'm not gonna fold up the hole and be like, I'm folding up the thing that I have all your money in.
okay, cool. Sounds good. You see him kind of like snap his fingers, and a few other of the crew that was just in here come out with a couple tables and a few chairs in hand, and bring him down to like right in the center, right in front of you all. And then at that, he walks down, jumps off his chair, walks down over, and you see the blue tiefling bring down what looks to be a very fine, large jug of some form of liquid. And he places it on the table, and he sits down there and goes, Now that we can talk, now that we have gotten this all out of our system, let's discuss matters at hand. You're not trying to, throw me in that hole either, are you?
I mean, it's a pretty big hole. Maybe we
Don't
can
make
fill
it
with
come
water.
to it.
It could be a pool. But no, that's not our goal.
Let's just
Our
say
fight
it'd be a
isn't
lot.
with you.
Let's just say it'd be a lot harder for me to get out of it than my man.
We're on a bit of a mission ourselves. We've made it our goal to bloody the Otterwine's nose and found that we have a taste for it. So now we just want to drain them of all their blood. Found the truth on the wind. They're on the cause as well, long before we got here. We've taken out her main lieutenant, and we're just going to keep moving up the chain.
I'm not going to say that that's not a bad idea. Certainly not going to say that's not something I've thought of myself. Don't get me wrong. It's hard to want to put yourself out there, and their forces are a bit larger than mine.
Well, I've seen the ships that they have in the harbor. I imagine there's a whole fleet behind them.
Thankfully, I haven't seen any. Thankfully, those are pretty much the first goddamn ships they've come in to port. And luckily, none of the people on board, at least none of the ones that came to shore, seem competent enough to do any permanent damage.
But you don't think that they're the tip of the spear?
I feel as though at the moment, if we don't give them a reason to, that they won't need to come back anytime soon. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't want to see their fucking corpses left on a rock for the gulls.
What was the city that we were in that the Hecatontris was at?
That was Moor Beach.
And you're like, well, I imagine the people of Moor Beach once thought that they were inconsequential. I bet you they thought that they weren't exactly important enough to show up on the Otterwine's radar. Now you can't get in or out of Moor Beach without a fire giant shaking you down for weapons, asking where you're going. People there are disappearing, ended up underground. And I'm not talking about in a coffin. People there ended up turned into something hideous. People are missing. And I bet you they thought they were pretty far off the map too.
It helps actually being pretty damn far off the map, though.
Well,
for right now, I agree. I don't think I should keep that as my main line of thinking. But I've been pretty goddamn lucky to keep myself abreast of the situation, but also pretty much in the shadows. It's kind of the motif of the king of the pirates, at least in this town.
well, like it or not, pretty soon, war's gonna be upon all these seas. There won't be a ship or a ocean that you can sail in that won't be covered in ice, or over-teeming with her demons. What do you know of the Otterwines? I mean, really know.
Personally, I don't know a ton. I know what I've read, I know what I've heard rumors, but I don't deal with the Etterwines much. What do you know that I don't?
I'm gonna look over towards Elduin or Metolius. We know that there's something much deeper in their family. Something ancient, something wrong. Something that doesn't care for conquest but rules anyways. Something that doesn't care for power, just destruction. They're amassing something. They're preparing for something. And I'm not talking about just one empire taking over another empire or two armies trying to kill each other for a piece of land. They're doing something dark. Something that'll sweep over these lands with ice and cold. Do your people hail from Dakatur? Your family's family?
No, thankfully my people hail from this land.
You know of the ice, of days past, of the stories?
I think anyone who lives anywhere near these islands knows and heard tales. Yes.
You know it's true? And you know they're the cause?
I think you're offering me a lot of information. He kind of puts up a hand. At this moment, he passes around a few glasses, and the tiefling pours all with a heavy, thick red liquid. He goes, wait, before we get too deep into this, I need a fucking drink. If you're gonna lay it down on me that, the one's in charge or what?
Maybe we should just start with names.
Sure. How about that? What's your name?
Ghrimtuk. You?
Callus.
Cheers. No. Hold up. Whatever I poured for me.
Yep. He puts up a glass and cheers you too. That's Damokos. He's my right hand. And you see Damokos kind of look at you and go, it is a pleasure.
This is Metolius, Rain, Elduin, and Amelia.
I'll nod.
Comrades in arms. And we are all aligned against the same foe. Against the Etterwines. Against their tyranny.
You're all from the islands then?
No.
Far from it.
Mm-hmm. Metolius, are you still wearing the helmet?
I was never wearing a helmet.
I am still wearing my leather mask and not talking.
In this room.
Wearing the helmet.
No, not in this room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he didn't put it on when you guys got to this bottom portion.
Dick move. I just wanted to hear it hollow inside of your face. And be like, hi, I'm the voice of reason.
He kind of
I'm
looks
much
at
better
you.
at the voice of reason when I don't have the helmet on.
I disagree.
He kind of looks at you all and goes, then how the hell did you get all caught up in this craziness? If you're saying that the Etterwines, that the ruling family are what? Demon worshippers? Monsters? Now, don't get me wrong, I don't disagree. They're all monsters. I've seen what they do, heard tales. But what, by the gods, brings you all to our small-ass island chain, just out in the middle of nowhere?
Different answers. Some say it's a unicorn, others say it's a bear spirit. But, for the most part, I guess you could just say the gods. We originally came here in the service of the Etterwines to, I don't know, be errand boys? I don't really know what the fuck she wanted for us. She wanted us to carry out a task for her. But very quickly, Metolius' god found a messenger and pointed us towards a different path. From there, she sent her lapdog Enoch after us. I separated his mouth from his face with my axe. Cut down his friends. From there, we escaped the Hecatontries, contacted the Truth on the Wind, and found our way here on the boat of the last surviving Rimehold.
You had a Rhymehold bring you here.
How do you think we found this place?
I mean, it's a pretty big building.
Who just walks into abandoned haunted houses? Come on now.
Yeah, I would fucking ask you the same question. Who just walks into an abandoned haunted house? Now, granted that you have been told that no one has left. We'd like to make sure of that.
Where'd you get a fucking thunder lizard that comes to life and tries to eat people? Can I do that with that skull? Can I make it come back?
I mean, possibly. You need the right spells and you need the right magics, but that thunder lizard was here before I took the position.
Oh, it's like a part of the... Okay, I get it.
That was Silas's. The original Pirate King. I was here quite a long time ago.
And what of his sword? We came seeking the sword.
And that, as you say that, he just looks at you and his eyes kind of thin out with what looks to be like disgust. He kind of spits to the side like, fucking snake stole it.
Snake?
Yeah, the fucking what are they called? The Auntie. Sokash the dragon.
Snakes.
Yeah, no, when I say snakes, I literally mean snakes. So before me, there was a pirate king just a few years ago. That piece of shit got ran out of town for fucking slaving. We don't take kindly to that around here.
You just see Ghrimtuk's eyes go squinty. Just very small. And where would we find this piece of shit slaver?
Well, that piece of shit took the sword and went, from at least what rumors say, he now works with the goddamn Hecatontris up in Winterwind. I haven't been able to prove that, but I...
Okay,
what?
Sorry,
did you think...
No. We came all the way here to get a fucking sword. I walked into your house. I killed your thunder lizard, and the sword's not even fucking here.
You came here...
Womp womp.
Look,
you would have been stealing my sword if I still had it. You know that, right?
that was the fucking plan. Look, I walked into your house and almost got in a fight with 50 of your fucking men. That was absolutely the plan. But now you seem like an alright guy, and you don't even have the fucking sword. And
I don't.
This whole thing went sideways. But I feel like you and I got off on a really good foot. So
a good foot. Oh, that's what it's called.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Fuck. Alright, so the fucking slippery bastard took the sword we came to fucking steal in the first place and just left.
Nah, he didn't come and steal it. He had it himself. He was the previous pirate king.
No, I got that. Oh, fuck. What did they do with the Hecatontris? Is he like, did he take a place of station? Is he anything important, or is he just hiding?
From what I hear, if he's using his training well, he's working their naval fleet.
All right.
And he kind of like looks around and goes. He kind of leans over to Damikos and kind of goes, "Good, give me a map." And Damikos goes, "Not a problem, sir." And he walks off, leaves the room. You hear the door close. Here, I'll show you where the fuck it is. God damn it. Why, you think you're gonna go storm the castle and get the sword back? Because I'd love to have that sword back.
I mean, we'll give it back to you eventually, but first we gotta kill all the Underwines. Like, I'm just gonna borrow it and a lot of other items and medical stuff too, but then after we're done, I don't fucking care. You can have your sword back. I want to keep it. I'm not really a sword guy. I use this sword, but it's just not my favorite.
I guess that's acceptable.
Plus, if I go get the fucking sword, I'm telling you this right now, if I go get the sword and I gotta kill a bunch of people to get the sword, it's kind of gonna be my sword. But you seem like an alright guy, so I'll give you the sword back. But let's face facts. It was never your sword.
We're cycling back now. Hold up. And as you hear that, the door opens to the side, and Damikos kind of walks in, and moves a few of the cups and the giant jug out of the way as he also then pours everyone another drink. And he unfurls a large map, and it's the island chain. It's the map you've all seen with pretty much everything there. But he also notes, he points out Winterwind, which is up just north of, I don't know if you can see it, is right there.
Oh, hey. Winterwind.
He kind of points it out and goes, it's right fucking there, but damn, I'm not sending anyone there. That's a death trap if I ever seen one.
I mean, it's kind of what we do, obviously.
Obviously.
It's a little bit sort of our thing, I guess.
But how the fuck are you going to get there? If that's the plan.
Oh, I plan to, first we're going to take a nap or something and kind of drink a little bit, probably hang out and get to know you guys. You don't seem like bad people. And then after that, eventually we're going to go fucking take a ship from one of those not Hecatontries guys. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, the Rhymeholds are fine people, but it's been a while since I've had my own deck under my ships. I gave away my last one to my first mate. Just kind of wanted a new start, and I figure one of those big iron bastards out in the docks there look ripe for the taking.
He kind of takes a moment, and he slams his fist on the ground. It's like, wait a minute. Why don't we make sure that you want to make sure that the Hecatontries know something bad. You were talking a big game about kicking them out of my port. Why don't you take one of their fucking ships?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, one of their fucking bastards out there.
From what I can tell, they got 3 out there right now. And I also noticed that they got some very shiny cannons on those ships, which mean they have some very flammable material within their hulls.
Look, if you want them out of your port, I think that would be a great idea.
How about this? How about you get that portable hull empty, and you all find your way to collect in about 30 barrels worth of black powder that I know they got on there, because they need to have it on there. You bring those barrels back to me, you can have any of the ships out in that port. Hell, I'll even throw you a crew.
That's a fair deal. Now I'll hold out my hand to shake on it.
Yeah, he does the same. He kind of spits in it. And
Yeah.
just like
Same.
with a
Right
wet
there.
slap, just like
Do you care which one of the ships it comes from, or is that dealer's choice?
well, I don't know if you're gonna find enough on one ship. So, I mean, you got what? The giant one out in the center. Then you got the 2 smaller. You get me 30 fucking barrels worth of that black powder. I don't care which ship you fucking take. I don't care which ship end up at the bottom of the ocean. I don't care which ship make their way out of here with stories of how terrible we are. But I'll leave that up to you.
Fair
How
enough.
about this? And he kind of looks over at Damocus and goes, let's get a little something to light their fire. Damocus goes, he kind of looks at him with an odd, like a cocked eyebrow for a moment, and you see Callus nod. And he goes, yeah, that. And as he does, he kind of walks away. He leaves, and just for a moment, he comes back, and he comes back with 5 capped glass bottles.
Were they
He
alchemist
goes,
fire? Because I know what that shit is.
Then you know exactly what he's holding in his thing.
Yeah, because that's how I did all my arson in this game.
Yep. Sure is.
Self
All
or
of my
total.
arson.
All of my arson. When I burned down the bar, when I burned down myself and the plant monster.
So, again, you take these bottles, you light some ships on fire, and you take whatever ship's left. Also, I think, it'd be best you find your way into the into a captain's cabin. You get me some, let's see, you get me some patrol routes. You give me some troop movements, some maps. You get some information for me too. Let's not let that go to waste.
How about we just get you the captain?
I don't want to keep one of their captains. I want him dead.
You don't want to squeeze him for a little bit of information?
No, because that can get back to me.
Alright. I could do that. You're gonna
So
throw
again,
me a crew, keep whatever's left over, keep your gold, and go get some more.
As far as I know, all that information would be on the main ship. It's the biggest one. I think it's called the Halberd.
And you win, because you get them out of your dock.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you want a crew, you want a ship. You do this for me.
And when this is all said and done, maybe I'll bring you a sword back.
Again, you can keep it if you dig it into one of the Etterwines. I think a wet sword with their blood be much better than a dry one.
I was gonna bring it to you sheathed up Lady Etterwine's ass, but, whatever.
And what if we need you when the time comes to fight the Etterwines? Do we have you as allies?
I don't know if taking out 3 ships will do that just fine. You want my help? You want our help? Well, I got more things to worry about mid-inland than just a few ships in the harbor.
Like what?
I don't know if y'all noticed, but there's some dips, divots, and a little bit of burned out buildings here and there. You got a fucking dragon problem. It's definitely riding up my fucking ass.
Go on. Kind of dragon problem.
A red dragon problem. One who likes to indulge himself in bits and pieces, in bombs that I like to keep nice and safe in my pocket.
So he's got a chunk of your coin, too.
He's got a chunk of everyone's coin.
Huh. So you're saying we cure that problem for you? And we got your swords behind us as well?
You take out that fuck in Lizard on that hill? Yeah, you got my swords behind you.
Spit. I'll be the one to spit in my hand first and hold it out.
Yeah, he does the same. Follow it up.
Well then, I think that this was a fruitful meeting. And
When do you want the battalion out of here?
I mean, what? You said you'd take a nap?
I mean,
I wouldn't mind them gone. I wouldn't mind them gone as soon as you can.
just look around to the rest of the crew.
Tomorrow evening, then.
That's what it sounds like.
Unless you want to do it during the daytime. You seem pretty seem pretty out in the open yourselves, being that you came down, swords drawn.
And hell, we could probably curry the favor of some of the holy men by drowning the fuck out of them.
Nah, that's up to you. I say leave the holy men as they are.
No, I wasn't meaning the holy men. I mean drown the fucking Etterwine's men.
Oh, yeah, no, do that. Fuck
to
them.
Send them to the other men's gods.
Well, I guess it's a deal then.
So we have 3 ships, and one of them is ours.
You got 3 ships. You take 2 out of here. Send it down to the bottom. One of them you can keep, whichever one you choose. I highly recommend keeping an eye, though. It seems as though the largest one houses a bit more problematic individuals.
It's their specialty.
I thought it was just your motif.
Hey, what the fuck was up with that foyer?
generally speaking, when armor and shadows start moving, people run away.
That's a good touch. This is my first time in a foyer, and I gotta say, the rug was an especially fucking creepy moment. I
Would you
gotta
say
I
it was
like-
a foyer into a foyer?
Oh, you piece of shit. Well, I think with that, we have to bid you a fair adieu. I guess I wouldn't say adieu. A fair evening. I'm gonna get up and
You
just
just found
jump
out what a
in the
foyer is.
Make yourself all fancy.
Did
Ooh, Ghrimtuk, you fancy.
fancy. I'll jump in the hole, and then you would just see just piles of loot come just like almost shoveled out, and intermixed with the piles of loot are crystal from dead minotaurs because it's hard to get it apart from one another.
He's gonna look at that and go, wait, was that from? Oh, those are from the statues, weren't they? You can fucking keep those. I don't need the crystals. I just want the coin.
I mean, it's here. Come look. It's the kind of they're mingle. They're in together. You're getting some of the crystal back, and I'm just kind of shoveling it out until I get what I know is just my stuff still in there.
Okay. And yeah, he doesn't balk at the skulls or things in there.
Good.
He lets you keep the fucking Tyrannosaurus.
Yeah.
And at that, he's like, he kind of looks at you all and goes, well, as long as I can trust you to not try to kill me in my sleep, you can sleep in that room. And he points to the side. Go there, a couple cots, and ain't no one bothering you in the night. I would say this is probably one of the safest locations in the area.
That'll work for me.
Tomorrow we can discuss exact plans. We can figure out. I can get you a dinghy, and you can get yourselves over to whichever ship you go into first.
Yeah. All right. We'll figure out in the morning, or whenever. I don't know what time it is.
It's quite late.
Yeah.
Morning it is.
Okay.
All right. And
Sounds
one
good.
final cheers. Dust myself off. Fold up my hole. And
Dust myself off and fold up my hole.
yeah. So it was one of those evenings.
Was it now?
I guess.
I think at that point you see him kind of send his right-hand man out, and he comes back with just a cadre of people who start to collect all the coin off the ground. And after that all goes down, he kind of looks at you all and passes you the rest of the jug and goes, "Feel free to keep this. I got enough back in my stores."
Just kind of hold it up and nod, of the old like dude nod. Yeah,
The old dude nod.
old dude nod. And just pass around the jug, I guess, while we're sitting here.
As you all bed down for the night, did you want to do anything before we move on to the morning?
What? So describe to me the room that we are in.
Small, kind of a probably 20-foot high ceilings, maybe about 30-foot long, a few cots on the walls, enough for everybody.
Okay. Are we the only ones in the room?
You are?
And is there one exit or more than one exit from the room?
There's one.
Okay. I would like to begin ritual casting alarm on the door.
Sure.
Great.
You all see Elduin doing his usual thing. He sits in front of the door and... sorry. You were going to explain what you were doing. You do your thing.
Oh, I'm going to take off my mask as soon as we're here, and I'm going to just look around and be like, well, I'm not upset with how this turned out, but it would be unwise to just immediately trust everyone, so I'm going to alarm the door here. I trust no one takes issue with this.
Yeah, no, that's a really good idea.
That's a good plan.
I've already taken my boots off, and I'm just kind of kicking my feet up on the couch, but I'm like, yeah, no, good call.
Yeah, cool. And then I'm going to turn around, and you can kind of hear me muttering to myself in some arcane dialect.
Can't hurt.
I'm going to alarm that door.
Takes about 10 minutes, and a fine line goes around the door and disappears.
Great.
The door is alarmed.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really hardcore day.
Yeah. That's why I was
they-
surprised that you picked a fight with 50 people.
Look, here, two things. One, we could have taken them. Two, I'm really surprised that they didn't, like, back down.
Well, they had us outnumbered by tenfold.
10 to 1,
I've seen you kill 10 guys in a day.
I mean, you're not wrong, and I've seen you slay 50 individuals in a day as well. But
I'm not saying we needed to kill all of them. I just, we got to make a show for us. I'm not going to be able to take over this whole outfit today, but I couldn't come across looking weak.
and you didn't think ransacking all their security measures was looking weak?
I just didn't think that we were going to walk into a room full of guys after just grabbing that treasure. I didn't know where the fuck was going to happen. Look, if we had any kind of, wherewithal to think about it, one, we would have fucking just fallen asleep after the fish people. Two, probably would have stopped trying to just go further once that secret door opened and we had all that fucking loot, or just turned around and left the fucking house with all the money, and then we wouldn't have,
I mean, I did suggest we sleep before we came here.
You did, and that was a smart move on your part. We should have listened. That was, maybe we were a little bit overeager, but all in all, I think things are going great.
Diplomacy at its finest.
We gotta have this. Yeah, we have an improvisational approach to a lot of this stuff, and I have to say that,
Agreed.
it works out pretty well for us.
You're not wrong.
I do wish that we would be careful, though.
Hey, I'm more than willing to hear, careful ideas. They just never happen before we do shit.
But are you willing to listen to them?
Yes.
I have before.
It's hard to listen to them when you're busy being brash.
I was pretty good brash, though.
Well, being a good brash doesn't matter if you can't solve the problem with brashness.
I think we solved our problem. We're going to get a ship. We're going to get people to man the crew. We know where the sword is now. And all we got to go do is murder a dragon, and then these guys are going to fucking help us out.
Seems pretty easy.
And brash.
Agreed.
Oh, man.
So I feel like I've made my case.
Can't say I have ever slayed a dragon before.
Me
So.
either. I've always wanted to, though. Have you
Nor
guys?
I. I'm very curious to at least see one.
I was going to say, I can't even say that I've seen one.
Mm-mm. Fucking slavers, though. I'm all about fighting that guy and murdering him.
Agreed.
Yes, we should get some more information before we try that little venture.
Well, I mean, I'm not just going to say, walk up in his place like we walked up in here. We kind of stumbled into here. We didn't know we were walking into here, per se. But
That's true.
Yeah. Alright, well, I'm going to pass out. That was a really good day, guys.
Good day. Good day.
That was a good day.
It was a good day.
Amelia threw 5 guys off a ship
I did,
into
yes.
their own fucking whirlpool. That was some of the coolest shit I've ever seen.
It has been a long day, huh?
Yeah.
Well, good night.
Do you see
I
them
will get some
swirling
rest
around,
as well.
smashing into each other and screaming, "Oh my god, help me! Oh, this is the worst." That's something I don't know. That's what they're saying. They were talking fish noises, but I imagine that's what it was. But it was fucking great.
They were talking fish noises.
Yeah, that was really cool, Amelia.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well,
As you all pass out and the night continues, I'm guessing a few more drinks are had, and you'll enjoy a night's rest, a long one coming. And sleep comes easily and naturally to you. And Elduin, in your trance, you never find that the alarm does not go off. No one seems to enter the room or try to.
Okay.
And though you are underground, your bodies find a way of waking at just the right time. As what seems to be morning, certainly after a decent 8 hours of sleep, you all wake up, refreshed. Your wounds
Excellent.
healed, your bodies ache less.
Would Amelia have heard anything in the night at all?
Roll a perception check.
6.
6?
So I'm guessing not.
You heard voices, but because of where you're sleeping and how far away those voices are, you were unable to tell what they were saying.
Fair.
Elduin, in your trance state, I will say you have the opportunity to do a similar thing if you wish to try to listen.
Yeah.
Because only after 4 hours you can, do it all over again, and you're more than conscious. So.
Yeah, sure. I'll listen.
Roll a perception check for me.
Natural 1.
You hear less than Amelia.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you keep getting distracted by Ghrimtuk.
Yep.
I want to go
That's
to
how
the
that
fair.
happened.
I gotta ride a camel to the beach.
did you just say ride a camel?
What? 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 What'd you say? That's a weird thing to say when you wake up. Like you said.
In that time, you all find your way awake. The door unopened. Do you leave the room?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Yep. Let's begin our day.
Begin your day. As you walk out of the room, your friend, the Pirate King, good old Callus, is sitting there in his chair. He's like, "Oh, it seems like your night seemed to take it out of you. Waking up
Hey,
a little late,
question.
but I figure, yes."
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I thought go ahead.
No? If you have a question, what's up?
I was just asking if he is a halfling in a normal sized chair, or if he's a halfling in a halfling sized chair.
He has a halfling in a normal sized chair.
So his feet are dangling off of it?
Yes.
Does he kick them?
No.
Okay. Sorry. I was just curious. Please go on.
He's just
awfully reductive of you, sir.
yeah,
As a man
And
who
he-
plays halflings quite often, I appreciate the smaller folk. I was just asking.
So this man sitting there, his olive skin, his eyes kind of this shock white blue. He's got his hair slicked back. He seemingly has a different set of chains he's wearing now. And he seems to be picking his nails with what looks to be a very sharp, wicked-looking dagger. And he goes, "Seems like you slept in. I'm glad you got your beauty sleep in. Now, I figure we should get talking about what we're actually going to be doing today."
Yeah, scuttling some ships in the name of truth, justice, and all that good stuff.
Well, not just that. I think we could scuttle a ship, that's fine. But I think we need to make sure they know what's going on. I think, if we're going to start lighting fires under their ass, let's light fires under their ass and get them out of town. So I'm thinking...
Oh, you mean like leave some alive to tell the tale?
Oh, no. That doesn't need to happen. No, I'm thinking that once we'll use you as kind of a signal fire, and we'll start running people out of our town and off the docks once you start lighting ships up.
Easy enough. Have they mentioned what their business is here?
No, I haven't walked up and asked them personally. They seem to just be in port restocking.
Does that happen a lot?
No. As I said earlier, this is one of the first times I've really seen them stepping foot on our soil. How long have
they been here?
A few days now. Nothing longer. I hear tell they've made a bit of a grander appearance out in Falconport. But that's just hearsay. I haven't gotten I haven't actually put eyes upon it.
Well, who's to say we can't run them out of there too at some point? All right, what do you think, guys? What's the plan on this one? Alduin wants to take a more cautious approach. So, I'm open to the idea of planning.
Well, you're the master seaman, so...
Yeah, but most of the time you just, wait until the cover of darkness, and then you bring your ship up along as fast as you can, and then either you smash it into them, bore a hole, and then everybody runs through the hole, or you jump over onto their ship and then just fight along decks. But these ships aren't at sea. They're at port. So, you gotta find a different way to go about it. So, it's just like any kind of siege.
So we're still in front of the parking right now?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. One thing I didn't establish is whether or not I was putting my mask back on, but...
Were you putting your mask back on?
I think, yeah. Okay. Wasn't going to show it to him. And then, so what I would do is just, pull my bow off and just, mime, shooting an arrow. And then I'm going to use prestidigitation to create a little bit of fire at the end of the arrow.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Fire
I mean,
arrow.
if it's helpful, I can probably get on any of those ships unnoticed very easily.
I guess first it'd be good to figure out which of their bloody fucking ships we're taking for ours.
The biggest one.
I like your thinking there, Amelia. But if we take the biggest one, that takes the most crew, and then it's also the most conspicuous. So is that something we actually want?
True.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the bigger the crew, the more people we have.
Per the agreement, we kill that dragon, we got a crew. He didn't say which ship it was for. We shook hands on it. It means he's going to give us enough men for a crew for whichever ship we take for our own. Now,
as you say this all in front of him, he kind of stops and goes, "I said I'd give you a crew just for getting them out of town. You choose your ship. That's fine. I'm going to be splitting a few hairs if I have to fill up a whole crew on the giant one, but I'm not going to say, if you run through this and if you succeed, I'm not going to go back on my word."
Exactly.
The dragon's something's completely different.
Well, I mean, we're going to do both, right, guys? Right?
We're doing both.
We're doing both. Okay.
Yeah, we're doing both.
We're doing both. Yeah, no, this is, Callus, this is just kind of what we do. So, yeah, we got a process for this.
How have you survived this long?
Uh, so anyways,
Dumb luck and and determination.
brute force. But yeah, we can. I think that we could try it. You know, my way obviously is just storm the deck and murder everybody. But we were talking last night about tact and about, you know, maybe strategy, and I kind of like Rain's idea. Rain, it might be a good idea if you sneak onto one of the ships and set it the fuck on fire. So that's going to draw a lot of attention away. And then the rest of us can just storm one ship that's going to have people clearing out anyways, because they're all going to run to the other ship to try to put it out. So we find ourselves a ship that has maybe half the people on it. Storm that one. Or maybe just storm the ship that we want. Take it and use it to blow up the third ship.
Also, you need to get me the black powder. That was part of the deal.
Right, that's the sneaking I was talking about.
And the patrol routes and troop movements.
Also,
That's just bonus.
I can probably do that.
No, that's part of the deal, too.
No, you said that we get to the powder and then we got it, but then something extra was in it for us if we do the troop movements.
Truth.
No, something next. No, I need the troop movements and the powder. Both of those. And then you get a ship and a crew. I think that's well enough payment for doing all those.
I'm just saying what we talked about, but I mean, we're gonna get the shit anyways. So, but yeah, I mean, here's the thing: you can't really just sneak on there and steal barrels of black powder. Or I don't know. Maybe
Yeah, we can with a portable hole.
Oh, fucking!
Did you not listen to what he said last night?
No, he did.
Come on, lad, get your fucking head together.
I
I thought you were the leader.
I am. I just want to kill everything. So I have to defer to you guys because otherwise we would just be covered in gore all the time.
I think this one is less about killing everything and more about stealing.
Carefully stealing stuff and then killing everyone.
Yes.
All right.
But the careful stealing has to come first.
Rain, it looks like you're going to be running the show on this one. And I'll toss you the portable hole.
Thank you.
Okay, it's got a lot of our stuff in it, so be careful.
Maybe we should move that since we're going to put barrels of powder in it.
I mean, it's not
30
that
of
you
them.
can't just put stuff around in it. It's like, you know, mostly like some gold and a few stabs, and you know, it can all stay.
And as long as there's room, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, there'll be room.
All right.
Nothing you can't like fit in a backpack or something.
So if the powder is on the smaller ships and we want the bigger ship, that seems problematic. Would you not agree?
I mean, I personally
I
think we should
follow.
take one of the smaller ships, but that's just me.
I agree. I agree with you, Rain. I think we should take one of the smaller ships.
I would also say that burning down the bigger ship would send more of a message.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's that we waste things that are useful.
Okay.
But no, that's fine. We can go with the smaller one too.
Again,
So
our
stealing,
job...
like,
Go for it,
barrels of powder is going to take a lot longer than stealing some paper. Like, stealing some notes and some, you know. So, I'm guessing those will be on the bigger ship.
Those are on the bigger ship.
So, how about I sneak on the bigger ship, get that information for you. Then, after I have that off the bigger ship, we set the bigger ship on fire. And then while everyone's distracted by that, I sneak on the smaller ships and steal the powder.
Or while you're on the bigger ship, we can just wait till you start a fire and then storm the smaller ships.
That could work too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
I think that's going to be the best idea.
Rain, are you going to need help moving 15 barrels or 30 barrels of black powder?
I mean, I should probably have someone with me, I'm guessing. Which is why it's also probably a good idea to set the big ship on fire, then go for the powder.
How long do you think it would take you to get where you need to inside the ship?
I mean, do we have any way of knowing exactly where I need to go? Probably
No,
not.
I have an idea. And it's
What's
kind of
your idea?
crazy. Hear me out on this one.
Call me maybe.
So, we take the portable hole. We fill it up with water. I put up my hood. I jump inside. You fold it up. You sneak on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
And then, because I can't sneak as well as you,
Mm-hmm.
and then you just lay it down and unfold it, and I'll jump out and help you with the barrels.
But then you're throwing the barrels in water.
No, we
Portable
can jump out the
grim-
water.
Portable Ghrimtuk.
Yeah, but the water's so that he can breathe.
Yeah.
Because he
Otherwise
can
I'll
breathe in
die.
water. That's actually not a bad idea. I don't know if that would logistically work, but it's crazy enough to work, guys.
It's an idea. What are the rest of us gonna do?
What's the other ship?
Well, right now,
It's
from
just a
what I've
thought.
seen,
We're just throwing stuff out there and seeing what sticks.
Just spaghetti at the walls.
Yeah.
what the fuck, spaghetti? No.
Grain noodles.
Yes, of course. From what I've seen, though, from what my men have told me, one of them stays docked. The other two have set anchor out in the actual, in the port itself. So, I don't know if that changes your plans at all, but I believe the biggest one sits farthest out.
That's
And
fine. I
never
can.
seems to come into
I can
dock.
swim us out there.
Yeah, I can walk on water. I can walk up the side of the ship. It's fine.
I can breathe water. So
I can have a potion to breathe water if I really have to.
I mean, sure. How are you going to... Wait, if you're going to be in the whole... What? I'm already confused.
this is part of our process.
I reiterate my previous
Confusion
statement.
step 1.
How... You've succeeded. Congratulations.
You start with total fucking chaos, and then you sift through the chaos
Exactly.
Yeah.
to find a
And then we
plan.
go right back to it. And then the plan turns to chaos.
Well,
I mean, I think, should I go alone for the bigger ship?
Well,
I'm-
here's an idea.
you do have to scuttle it, so as long as you have the alchemist fire, I don't see a problem with that.
Yeah, just leave one barrel behind and use it to blow up the rest of the ship. We'll find other barrels in the smaller ships.
If I accompany you, I can get us out of there real quick.
That's true. That's true.
And she's stealthy.
Yeah. Alright. I'm into it.
Lady date and to blow up a ship. It's pretty badass.
Well, what are the other three of us going to do while you two do that?
Be ready to jump in if we need
I
help.
hope- Kill someone.
How
So that,
how close are the two ships anchored out at sea?
I mean, not that close. You're going to have to get a dinghy out there.
I meant to each other. How close to each other are they?
I'd say one is closer to the shore, and the other one is farther out. They're probably, I would say, maybe about a couple hundred feet, maybe 300 or 400 feet apart, if not a little bit farther.
If we set up a group to storm the ship on the dock, me and the lady here can go out to the big ship, get what we need, set that bitch on fire, and then move directly to the other ship that's anchored out there, set that on fire, and then we all storm the ship on the docks together.
and you're going to get 15 barrels of black powder off one of those two ships?
Yeah, just put him
That's
in
the
hole.
plan with the hole.
Okay.
See, I just want to go on record, guys, as saying you all got real concerned when I bought the fucking hole. Now, like, it is showing up in a lot of our plans. So, you know, I have ideas too sometimes.
It wasn't that the hole was a bad idea. It's just that we don't trust you with it.
We just wanted to make sure you knew how to use it safely.
I mean, I've had a lot of great hold ideas so far.
Uh,
Alright, anyways, sorry.
We've also almost had some whole misfortune, so
Put out a whole fire on the ship. That was cool. But someone did die. That wasn't cool. So yeah, 50-50. Let's see if we can get that better.
Callus, which ship is docked at the currently?
If my sources tell me right, it's the Black Prince.
All right, then.
Which one are we stealing again?
The Black Prince.
That's good. It fits our motif.
Unless you go the steal by naming convention. What are the name is? What's the name of the other smaller ship?
It's the Tiger Shark.
Black Prince it is.
All right.
So yeah, I would also say just be wary, ladies. The halberd probably won't be left alone. Granted, you can find a good amount of the sailors on land, but I don't know if we've actually seen anyone at the higher ranks, nor all the sailors come ashore. So there's most likely going to be, I would say, some amount of watch, depending.
If shit goes sideways, you could just jump out and swim back.
It's true.
What kind of crew would remain aboard? I'm no nautical expert.
I mean, a skeleton crew at best. You're talking maybe closer to what? You'd say maybe between like 5 and 8 people, depending on the size of the ship. I think that would include the captain. Maybe even the first mate.
All right.
We don't see a ton. Again, from the docks, you can see at least a watch usually kind of walking around at night.
I see.
I mean, I'm pretty good at going unseen.
All right.
If you can make it into the captain's quarters and steal the plans I need.
And
get
kill
out.
The captain.
I mean, if you can kill the captain.
I mean, if the captain's in there, I'll kill him.
Yeah, that's what you do. Like, we're talking about Rain here.
Yeah.
Just like sneak it into places and, you know.
It's kind of a deal.
I know, and it's badass.
Be wary.
Hey, when do you want to borrow my cloak? You're gonna be kind of far out.
Probably.
Yeah, you could breathe underwater and swim super fucking fast.
I mean, I can also walk on water and run super fucking fast.
Amelia? You ever wanted to swim, like, ridiculously fast?
Never felt a need for it, but this situation seems to call for it.
I will take off my cloak of the manta ray and hand it to Amelia.
Okay.
Just want to say, I am loving Amelia's accent right now.
You know the what that
It's the
does?
pirate image.
No, I get it.
It's real good.
It's real good.
Do you know what the cloak of the manta ray does, Dix?
I
Figured you
do.
Okay, I figured you would.
But it requires attunement, yes?
Negative.
Oh, no. Okay, cool.
Dope.
I will have to take off my cloak of protection, though.
Hook it up. We can trade.
Can't double cloak it.
Nope. It's also going to reduce my AC.
That's entirely up to you.
Now, granted, I'll give you one more warning, as you're all kind of passing around things. If my sources tell me right, the captain upon the halberd call himself the Butcher. And if the stories are true, he's not one to let thieves go free. Let's just say that. So make sure you're not seen.
I'll do my best.
Hey, Amelia, if you're gonna be extra squishy, you can just give me that cloak, and then you can, you take these bracers that I don't really need.
That works.
I mean, like, you can't like keep the stuff, but hold on to the cloak.
Well, no, yeah, but
Hold on the bracers, and I'll just hold on to your cloak.
you got it, Captain.
All right, I hand you braces of defense as well.
Cool. I will hand you my cloak of protection.
All right.
So our
The
plan.
bracers are +2 AC.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the plan is, you two go to the halberd, steal the plans, steal the patrol routes. Then you're going to make your way to the tiger shark, steal black powder.
After we set the halberd on fire,
Yeah,
All right.
right?
that's what I think we should do.
And then you set the tiger shark on fire, and we'll meet at the Black Prince.
Yep.
Should us remaining three be out there in the water on the small ship to back them up, or should we wait on the dock? I don't know what to do here.
I think we should just go on one of the ships and murder everyone on it. That's my vote. But
If you're looking for one, though, I can supply you a ship.
I have limited ability to jump around. I could come in close, but then I wouldn't be able to teleport with Amelia.
let's just
Well-
do the thing where we let Rain and Amelia do their thing, and then we'll react to whatever happens.
If you come in on the dinghy, though, your silent friend there, he can fire off an arrow with a line on it, climb up the side.
That's true.
I'll nod.
Or if you have a grappling hook, we could throw it up there and climb up the side.
Either way, if you need a grappling hook, I can probably find you one.
What do you say to that, Ghrimtuk?
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I like storming ships. That sounds cool.
I thought it might pique your interest.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
no, I'm fine with it.
So if a fire starts, especially on the largest ship, I'll make sure that my people have started running them out so that they're not all converging on you. So they might have a little bit of time before some of the sailors make it back to their ship. If they're running for their lives, they're probably not thinking of running swords drawn towards their ships.
That sounds like a plan to me.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone got anything else to add, or is this our plan?
I think we go for it. If we overthink stuff, then we just make it more difficult.
But if we underthink stuff, people
Overthinking
could.
things has never been a problem for us.
But if we underthink things, then people could lose their lives,
Look,
which
have-
we don't
we have
want
time.
to
Just saying.
Well, I will silently give the elven thumbs up.
do. The elven thumbs up.
That means he's
Now,
hungry.
it looks like this, in case you're wondering.
Yes.
This is a
Yes.
yes.
Uh,
For those at home, that was the metal horns.
I just want to be sure that we're all on the same page, because underthinking things is how people die. So
I think at that statement, I think Callus kind of looks over at Damicus and goes, Damicus, I think if you'll help them put them at ease and letting them know that our men are already primed and ready. Damicus kind of straightens up and goes, Yes, sir. Actually, we have at least 5 groups of individuals ready to run them to the shore as we get the signal. See, this is how you get things done here. You tell one person, he makes sure to tell the others, and we make sure that all of our parts are in cohesion.
Sounds like a good system.
Oh,
We
one
just
thing.
burned
I'm
down
gonna
everything in front of us.
pull out one arrow, and I'm gonna hold it up. It's sort of in front of Callus, and I'm gonna like make an image of like some sort of wrapped fabric around the tip, and then I'm gonna use like the prestidigitation to make a fire symbol. I'm trying to sign that I would like to have make a fire arrow, or several.
He has to use the bathroom. Do you have a bathroom?
We have a bucket over there. There was one in your rooms.
Use the bucket.
He kind of smiles at that and kind of just, yeah, we can get some rags and maybe some something with a bit higher burn rate. If you're looking to we could always give you a small, basically just a map holder, fill it with a little bit of fuel and stick arrows in there. Allow you to carry them. What do you think?
I will nod and again give the elven thumbs up.
I don't know what this means, but okay. I'll gather you some rags. He kind of like nods over to his man, and the tiefling just like walks off and goes and takes care of it. You see a few minutes later he comes back with a pile of rags and a vial of what looks to be just like clear liquid, and then a large like map tube, like a map case, and sets it all out in front of you, Elduin.
Okay.
Seems to be enough to make about 5 fire arrows altogether.
Awesome.
But again, I would say we wait until nightfall.
I agree.
Yes, most definitely.
The cover of darkness will serve us well.
And it certainly helped these two make it to the ship without being seen.
What's the weather like at night around here?
Thankfully, fog starts rolling in as the night gets dark and cold, so you have a little bit extra cover getting out from the docks themselves.
That's good.
Hey, Roz, point of
Yes.
order.
Yes.
For the fire arrows,
Yes.
I can create sparks with prestidigitation. Can I use that to light and fire an arrow in the same time?
I would let you ignite an arrow quickly and then lose one. Yeah.
Okay, so that would be 1, or can I use like my full round of 3 shots?
I would.
It's an action to cast.
True.
I mean, I could also like rig up some sort of like I could like have them.
You could
on the
always just
edge.
like
Have a
set
little fire
something
barrel or something.
alight and then just have
Yeah.
you touch the
you just
arrows
have
every time.
Yeah, you could have like a small like fire
Just have a
going.
torch kind of situation.
Tiny
Yeah.
brazier.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think I could justify
Brazier.
having
Brazier.
the whole situation
Brazier crane.
as casting and firing your whole.
Yeah, it could be it'd be like bonus action to spark an arrow for 1 shot or something like that, but no more, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, that
But
makes sense.
I would say it would be a free action to pull an arrow out to light it, then fire.
Got it. Cool. Thank you. All right.
Yeah.
Carry on.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we have the day before. We have the day to prepare, then, I suppose.
I think as the day progresses, like obviously he brings you some food. He kind of lays out a map of Ocean Shade, and you'll go over the plans. He gathers you a few notes where you can find a dinghy if you need a small ship to get out to the out to any of the ships quickly. And just like you go over the plan over and over again, and you hear the sound of a ringing bell far off in the distance as it tolls the hour, as night falls. And he kind of stands up and goes, I think it's about that time. I say we all leave now. We should get this going so we can run those just useless hecatoncheries out of this town.
All right.
Here, here.
I think as you all get up to leave and as we all prepare to start this whole craziness, that's where I'm going to call it.
Good point.
Yeah. Next episode, firebombing ships.
I am really excited for the next episode.
I think it's cool.
God,
It's Rain's time to shine, guys.
Hey guys, this is Jess, or as you probably know me better, Rain. If you enjoyed what you just heard, then please leave a rating and review. It would mean the world to us. If you want to support us directly, we're also on Patreon, where for as little as $5 a month, you can hear Metolius guide his wife, Eli, Chris, and I through the Tomb of Annihilation. For future updates, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at The Swordcast. Thanks for bearing with us while we're recording remotely through these crazy times. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.